All right, guys, today's episode, no surprise, it's going to be another Explore the Card episode. I said I was going to get more consistent. I said we were going to catch some episodes on cards that we haven't talked about yet. Today's episode, as you can see from the thumbnail, is about the 1998 Ultra Exclamation Points, and it's not a coincidence. I actually just picked up the card that you can see on the thumbnail, and so I wanted to learn more about the card. It is a hierarchy card. It's a card we've talked about before on the channel. We've shown pictures on the channel. I've owned multiple copies of this card in the past on the channel, but today's episode, we're going to take a deep dive into the 1998 Ultra basketball set, and specifically the insert card known as Exclamation Points. It's an interesting, oddball, very unique card with a great story. Hopefully you enjoy the video.
CY Card Ladder is the industry leader in sports card data. We know what you want because Card Ladder was created by collectors for collectors. Card Ladder. Join the innovators, not the imitators.
Guys, here we go. Another Explore the Card episode. This is episode number 72. If you guys are new to this, if this is the first Explore the Card episode you've seen, if you're interested in learning more about Michael Jordan cards, I have two pieces of advice for you. Number one, go watch the first 71 episodes. They're all about Michael Jordan cards, and it talks in great detail, more detail than most could ever hope to acquire about each and every one of the 71 prior cards that we talked about. Number two, go check out the Michael Jordan hierarchy playlist on this Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. It's easy to find. Just go to my videos, go to the playlist, Michael Jordan hierarchy, pull it down. There's tons of videos. You can learn a lot about Michael Jordan cards in a very short amount of time. But today's episode is about this card right here. It is the Explore the Card episode number 72, 1998 Ultra Exclamation Point. It's card number 6 from the set. As always, and you can see on the thumbnail, it says a card with a secret inside. Indeed, that is just a little teaser. There is more to the story. This is a very unique card. The thumbnail that you're looking at right now features the inside of the card, which fits into a uniform die-cut sleeve, okay? So this card, imagine the card that you see on your screen, if you took it out of this BGS 9.5 slab, it drops into a sleeve. We've seen this with the Thunder and Lightning. We've seen it with a couple of other cards out there in the hobby, but this one falls into a sleeve. The sleeve is uniform, so every single player in the set, every sleeve looks identical. It's the inside card. It's like, the inside of the Tootsie Roll Pop that's different, not the outside as far as this card goes. So what you're looking at is a graded copy of the inside of the card. If you want to see what the card looks like sitting in the sleeve, here's a little card that sold, it's a BGS 8. It's sold on Golden, and this is what the card looks like inside of the sleeve. So you can imagine this card right here fits into this outer sleeve, and it hides a good deal, maybe 70% of the card itself. So that's what we got. But how do we start every single one of these episodes? If you've watched this before, you guys know we focus on the set that the card comes from. And this is going to be, I think, the first of the 72 episodes, the first time we've looked at an insert from the 1998 Ultra set. 98 Ultra consists of 125 cards issued in one series, no particular order. Cards 1 through 100 are veterans. Cards 101 through 125 are rookies, and the rookies were inserted one in every 4 packs. And so 1 through 100 is the veterans, 101 through 25 is the rookies, 1 in 4 pack odds. The big rookies, of course, Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce. Those are the 3 big dogs from 1998. You guys know that if you collect 90s cards. The base Jordan is card number 85. Let's see if we can go find that bad boy. I think I've got it pulled up right here, and you're talking about a really good looking Ultra card. You guys may be familiar with this card. That's what it looks like. Jordan, when he went back and wore those Jordan 1s playing against the New York Knicks. It's a top-down, bird's-eye looking view. It is a horizontal card. Of course, there's a gold medallion, there's a platinum medallion, and I believe there would be a one-of-one masterpiece of that card as well. But Jordan is card number 85 in the set. Just that base card in a PSA 10 is around $100 to $150. There are 290 PSA 10 copies of the number 85 Jordan base 98 Ultra, and that's a 17% gem rate. The most notable insert sets in 1998, and I'm sorry for all the ads. I have the free version of this, so you're going to have to just look at the ads. The 1998 Ultra consists of the following insert sets. There's checklists, of course, but there's exclamation points, which is what we're talking about today, and you can see the pack odds are big time, right? And we'll talk more about that in more detail. There's the give and take, inserted 1 and 18. There's the leading performers, which also is an interesting card that folds open, almost like a book. There's NBA Attitude or NB Attitude. There is the Unstoppable, which is also a unique insert set, which opens up in a very weird manner. So 3 weird insert sets in here. And then there's also the World Premiere, which was inserted 1 in 20 packs. The aforementioned parallel sets, there's the base, there's the gold, there is the Platinum Medallion, which are serial number to 99 for 1 through 100. They're serial number to only 66 for the rookies. A lot of people don't know that. So your Dirks, your Vince, your Pierce, their Platinum Medallion 98 Ultra rookie cards are serial numbered to only 66. So they are, 50% more rare than the veteran 1 through 100 platinum medallions are. And then of course there are the, Sasquatch, the lurking in the shadows, the deep pockets, FU money cards, the only 1 of 1 masterpieces, which are hand serial numbered 1 of 1 with that beautiful, the only 1 of 1 masterpiece edition printed in foil stamping on the back. So that's kind of a little bit about the 1998 Ultra set. As far as the actual insert set itself that we're talking about today, the exclamation points, 15 cards in the set. The first question we always ask is, okay, well, that's fine. How many of them are Hall of Famers, right? Because that's what we want to know when we kind of determine whether or not a set is collectible. We know the Michael Jordan card's collectible. We know it's highly coveted. We know there's great demand for this card. We know it's going to have a lot of zeros behind it after the dollar sign because it's going to be very valuable. But what we want to know is, what if I'm a set collector? What if I just want to put this exclamation point set together? Is it worth it, or is it Jordan and then 14 other scrubs? Well, it's not 14 other scrubs. 8 of the 15 players are Hall of Famers. You are going to see Michael Jordan, you are going to see Shaquille O'Neal, and you are going to see Kobe Bryant. What does that mean? That means the big 3 is complete. Those are the big 3 from the 90s, Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq, at least according to my account. And so the big 3 is complete. It doesn't hurt that you have Vince Carter in there. It doesn't hurt that you have KG and Sean Kemp and Tim Duncan and Gary Payton and some other Hall of Famers as well. 8 out of the 15 are Hall of Famers. That's a 53.3% Hall of Fame rate. The only absolute, complete, utter, true imposter in here is Michael Olowokandi, who out of the University of Pacific was actually the number 1 pick in the draft. I know a lot of you guys are going to be too young to remember that. I remember one late night, it was like 11 o'clock at night, back when college basketball actually mattered and you could watch it. And I was watching a game, and there was this gigantic 7'1" animal just crushing people. He was Michael Olowokandi. He was playing for Pacific. It was the first time I'd ever seen him. It was the first time I ever heard his name. The internet it didn't even exist back then. And so, well, it might have existed, but we didn't have it. And I remember Michael Olowokandi just absolutely just dominating for the University of Pacific in that game. Of course, he was playing against other very low D1 schools. Exclamation points are 1 in 288 packs, as we can see over here on the left on Trading Card Database. When you multiply 288 times 15, even in Louisiana, that comes out to 4,320 packs. So if you want to open a pack and pull a Michael Jordan card, expect to open on average 4,320 packs to get your Michael Jordan exclamation points. All right, so here's what we want to talk about now. I've got mine pulled up. I always try to be transparent with you guys, and this is a little bit tricky. I've actually got 2 of these, right? I've got a 1998 exclamation point BGS 9.5, which I literally just acquired. This is the most recent card that I have acquired in my Michael Jordan collection. It is the most recent card that I bought, and I bought the inside of it because you can buy it with the card in the sleeve. Those will be graded by certain grading companies. This is a BGS 9.5 copy. It's a Min Gem, which is honestly right now, it is the most succulent and delicious grade for Michael Jordan inserts and parallels from a price perspective. In my opinion, It is one of the best values in the hobby. I would say PSA 9s and PSA 8s go along with that. The PSA 10 difference for this particular card, we're going to look at it in just a bit. It is exorbitant. This is what the back of that inner sleeve looks like. There's the Michael Jordan card number 6 out of 15 in the set, as we just saw on Trading Card Database. It is the edges that gives this card a 9 and keeps it from being a quad gem. And as you can see, there is a little bit of edge work on the back that you can see a little bit of fraction of whitening. And again, remember when you're looking at these cards on well, if you're looking at the cards on any screen or even in hand, it's the darker edges that are going to show the whitening more. It's going to show the wear and tear more so than the white. So if you look down here at the white section, it's going to be like, yeah, it looks pristine. If you look up here at the dark section, you're like, oh, I can see a little bit of whitening of the edges, right? Just enough to give it a 9 to keep it from being a quad gem and getting it to that that minimum gem category. And if you don't know what I mean by when I say minimum gem, I mean 3 9.5s and a 9. And so that's what I like to call minimum gem. If there was 2 9.5s, a 9, and a 10, we would call that a mixed gem. 4 9.5s, we would call that a quad gem. And then if there was 2 10s or 1 10 subgrade, we would call that a gem plus or a gem plus plus, respectively. So that is what the card looks like. Again, I'm not the most artistic cat in the world. I do like to read narratives. And yes, even though I'm from down here in South Louisiana, I can read. What does Michael Jordan mean to the Bulls? Leadership, fire, drive, emotion, constant scoring ability, and most importantly, he represents the one man whom you want to take that last shot when it's all on the line, as he did to win the 1998 title when he walked away from the game for the second time. So Michael Jordan, exclamation points, amazing, beautiful, aesthetic card here. But let's give the people what they want, right? You don't care about the aesthetics. Oh, by the way, I own a PSA 8 copy. That's actually been listed in Fanatics Collect weekly auction. So if you watch this episode and you're like, I'm in love with that card, I want to buy Cajun Cardboards, use the YouTube description affiliate link to support the channel. Go bid on my card with my affiliate link. I would love you for it. It is a nice looking PSA 8 copy that I have put into Fanatics Collect. I believe it's in Fanatics Collect number 157. I think that's right. So go check it out. It might be in this one, but I think it's in 157 if I'm not mistaken. So go check it out. There's a nice PSA 8 copy in there. Bid until your heart is content. Here's the pops and prices. This is what usually matters the most. As you can see, like I said, PSA 10, there's 8 of them. BGS 9.5, the other gem mint, right? The other cheaper gem mint, there's 11 of them. 56 total graded by PSA, 80 total graded by BGS. That's not a lot, guys. This is a card that's 27 years old, 26 years old, however you want to do the math. It's now 2025. Only 136 graded between PSA and BGS. That is not a big number. The gem percentage is identical for PSA and BGS. So often we see, PSA is 3% gem rate and BGS is 15, or PSA is 24 and BGS is 3. And it doesn't make any sense. There's no correlation. Well, both grading companies are on the same page with this one. I don't think either grading company makes a distinction whether the card's graded with or without the sleeve. So I would be really careful with that. I would take a really close look at that. We probably could go look at that, but I don't think PSA makes any distinction with that. I should have done this, but you know what? I'm a pretty transparent dude. Let's go to PSA together. Let's go to research. Let's go to pop report. Let's type in exclamation points. Let's hit enter and let's see what happens here. Let's see if they, basketball. Yeah, they make no distinction. So there's only one pop report in here, exclamation points. There you go. It's not like they distinguish whether the card's graded with or without the sleeve. I guess I need to look a little bit further to see if they even grade the card with or without the sleeve. Here's the card. Here's the pop report, which you can even look at on Card Ladder. We're going to go back to the chart, so I haven't forgotten about you guys, I promise. What I did want to amplify and show you guys is Card Ladder thinks the PSA 10's worth $23,000. The BGS 9.5, I just broke the record and bought it for $9,300. So I set the all-time record and overpaid for this thing for $9,300. The PSA 10, which is the same gem percentage, estimate $23,000. The last one sold for $18,000. What is that? Almost a year and a half ago, something like that. So big disparity between PSA 10 and BGS 9.5. What was I looking at? Oh, I wanted to check on Card Ladder and go to sales history. I wanted to see if 1998 exclamation points. I probably should have done this for you guys. To see if PSA will even grade the card. Okay, so we're looking at price. Let's go to date sold. Let's see. I know we know Beckett grades it in the sleeve. I want to see if PSA does. This is Beckett and PSA. As you can see, most people grade it with just the inner portion, right? Because why? It looks better. That's why. So I'm going to try to find one here. Man, we're about 30, 40 deep, and I still haven't seen one that's graded with the outer sleeve. Here we go. We got to go all the way back to eBay. Check it out. So this is what I'm talking about. So this is the inner sleeve fit into the outer sleeve, and this is what it would look like. We know Beckett will do it. I guess the question is, will PSA grade it with that outer sleeve on? Here's Beckett again. Did it right there, right? Here is Beckett. This is a listing where they're selling you the inner, and then they're going to go ahead and give you the outer in an Ultra Pro. Beckett, I don't know if PSA might not do it, man. PSA just straight up might not do it. Let me know in the comments if you guys know. I'm at this point, I'm at the opinion, I've looked at about 100 of these now, going back by date all the way to 2021. I don't think PSA will grade it with the card sitting in the sleeve. Same reason they won't grade the Thunder and Lightning and some other stuff like that. So let's get back to our chart. Okay, sorry, I digress here. Let's get back to our chart here. And the sold price, like I said, last sold is about double between PSA and BGS 9.5. As you can see, if you drop down to the mint grades between PSA and BGS, it's a pretty big disparity there. You can get, what is that? 11 BGS 9s for the price of one PSA 10 approximately. No PSA 10s have sold in the last 6 months. 2 BGS 9.5s have, including my purchase of 9,300, which was the all-time record. Yes. I'm a little bit ashamed, but really sorry, not sorry. That is a 14.81% price increase over the last 6 months. As you can see, no new PSA 10s or BGS 9.5s have been graded. So that Pop 8 and Pop 11, that hasn't changed going all the way back to April 2021. When I have this column over here on the right that says Pop Plus, that means how many were added into the population report since April of 2021. So we're almost 4 years. We'll be 4 years away in April since Card Ladder started keeping track of this. There's been 5 PSA 9s added. There's been twice as many, 10 BGS 9s added, but there have been no gems from either company added to the Pop report. As is usually the case for Michael Jordan inserts, especially the rare ones like this Exclamation Points with over 4,000 pack odds. There are no BGS 10s. There are no BGS 10 black labels. There are a combined 19 total gem mint copies out there in the world, 18 since mine's now off the market. How often does this card sell in the open market? As you can see on the chart right here, it sells twice in the last 6 months. So once every 3 months on average. What's on eBay? Well, here's what's on eBay. Sorry, I should refresh this because I set this up yesterday. If you search 98 exclamation, I put point and points in there. Why? Because sometimes people make a mistake in their listings and they'll put exclamation point, or maybe they won't put the S on the end of it. And so you don't want to miss that. So in parentheses with a comma separator, it's going to pull up point or points and then Jordan. And here's what comes up. There are 5 copies available. A PSA 9, which we know is massively overpriced because that card has never sold for more than $3,700. So this is $1,200 over comps. There's an 8.5 for $4,000, which is way overpriced. There's a 9 for $5, which is way overpriced. There's an 8.5 for $24.95. You're getting better, but the the BGS 9 is really only about a $1,700 card, so that's way overpriced, ridiculous, and then overpriced. So nothing reasonable on eBay. What if you're a gambler? I just want to go pull this thing. I want the dopamine hit. I want to pull a 98 Ultra exclamations point out of the box. Well, I don't recommend it. Rarely do I give advice on how to collect or how to do your thing, but I advise you not to try to do this because the 4,000 packs would cost a lot of money, considering that right now there are, let's hit the refresh button to make sure, 3 results when I search 1998 Ultra Basketball, and then I've got box or case, and then I've got taking out 97 because I don't want to pull 97, 98 Ultra listings. I want just this one, the one you're looking at, the 98 Ultra. There's a box for $500 with 2 days left that you can bid on. There's a buy it now or best offer for $8.99, and then there's a straight up buy it now, no offers for $710. So really, in the grand scheme of things, not a crazy ask right there. I mean, that would be a really fun rip. I don't know if the card's brick. I don't know if they stick together and stuff like that, but that would be a fun rip. Hell, with what people are paying for like a 2023 box of Prism or Select or Optic or whatever, it really doesn't seem bad at all because we listed some really cool insert sets that can come out of here. And obviously you can pull Michael Jordan cards that are worth thousands of dollars. Again, I don't advise it. I'm not doing it. You really shouldn't either, to be quite honest with you. Okay, so what is this card? If we said the PSA 10 is worth about 20 grand, let's just say, right? Card Ladder says 23,000. The last one sold for 18,000. Let's safely say that based on the Michael Jordan index, that 18,000 is now about a $20,000 card. What other cards are worth about that in a PSA 10 slab? Well, I've pulled up 3 that you guys can kind of measure with. The first one is this beautiful 1997 Skybox Premium Player number 10, featuring MJ shooting his patented fadeaway over California legend Lamond Murray. That is a Pop 13 card, which is worth somewhere in the $20,000 range. The next one is the Skybox Premium 3Ds, which is a card that really appeals to a lot of the artistic cats that are out there in the hobby. I'm not one of them. This card's got some, what's that art called where it's like impressionist art, or maybe that's not what it's called. I don't know, but it's like where stuff doesn't really make sense. It's got a cracked ice pattern in the background, and then there's like pieces of Jordan in the same image, all kinds of chaos going on. So I don't know. Some people, you either love or you hate this card, right? I own it. I own the card in a 9.5, but PSA 10's that's a $20,000 card with the Pop 22. And then the third card that's in around this same price range is the other Big Men on Court, right? Most people are familiar with the die-cut Big Men on Court with the Z-Pete parallel, but this is the 97 Skybox Z-Force Big Men on Court with that lenticular background and Hakeem Olajuwon's arm prominently covering half of the left side of this card. That's a Pop 35 card, and it's also worth somewhere in the $20,000 range. Look at the chart on this Skybox Big Men on Court. This thing is moving. The last sale was the all-time record. How about for the 3Ds? The last sale was the all-time record. How about for the Premium Player? The last sale was the all-time record. So 3 Jordan cards, all 3 of those cards, last sale was the all-time record. Guess what? It's the same thing for our card of the day. The last PSA 10 exclamation points that sold, this Pop 8 was a all-time record. Guess what? The last BGS 9.5, I broke the all-time record. So we got a lot of cards in the same boat today. If you had to pick from these 4 cards, where would the exclamation point fall? Well, here's my answer for you, because I do own every single one of these cards in gem mint condition. So I would go with Premium Player number 1. This would be my number 1 card as a Pop 13 right here. As you can see, maybe twice as many of these graded as the exclamation point. So I'd go with the Premium Player as my number 1 card because I really like that product, that Skybox Premium. The 98 Skybox Premium 3Ds, I would probably also go with, I would go with exclamation points first, right? It's the lowest number total graded, and it's really tough to pop with only 19 total out there. I would go Premium Player second. I'm sorry, I had my order wrong. I would go Skybox Premium 3Ds third as a Pop 22. This one's got about a total of 386 graded, so significantly more than the exclamation points. And then lastly, I'd go with the Big Men on Court, but I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers, if you know what I mean. This is still a monster card, Pop 35. Shout out to Kevin Durant. And this card's been graded also about 275 times. The gem rate's higher on this card. It actually grades really, really well. I've held the card. It's a very sturdy, durable card. Let's just put it that way. So that's why it has a tendency to grade really well. And that's it. Am I a buy, a sell, or a hold? Well, obviously, as you guys know, I mean, we've kind of talked through it. Here is my copy that I own in my Fanatics Collect Vault over in Tigard, Oregon. I am obviously a hold on that because I just picked it up. It ain't going anywhere. This is what allowed me to go to my Cajun Cardboard Michael Jordan hierarchy checklist and check it off as a gem mint copy. I will replace the PSA 8 placeholder exclamation points, and it is for sale in, I've got notes here, it's for sale in the Fanatics Weekly Auction number 157. So that will be ending sometime next week in January. And so I am a hold of this card, and I am selling the PSA 8 copy. This is a hierarchy card, so this card will appear in your Cajun Cardboard hierarchy poster in Tier 3. It could be argued that it's a Tier 2 card. It really could. Tier 3, page 4, row 2, card number 8. That's where you'll find the exclamation points. Interesting card, interesting story with a little secret inside, for lack of a better colloquialism. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know which insert or parallel you guys would like me to feature in episode number 73. Again, I urge you, if this is your first Explore the Card episode that you're catching, I got 71 other ones that are out there that you can go check out if you haven't already. Odds are, if you're looking for a relatively relevant Michael Jordan insert or parallel from the 90s, I've probably done an Explore the Card episode on it, or I will in the near future. And so that does it. That's a wrap on today's Explore the Card episode number 72, the 98 Ultra exclamation point. Again, special thanks out there to Card Ladder, because that is my data pricing tool of choice. I am an affiliate partner with Card Ladder. If you'd like access to their graphs, their sales history, their indexes, their articles, their news feed, all that stuff, go subscribe. It's way too cheap. Use the promo code Cajun when you're at the checkout screen. Get a subscription to cardladder.com and you can thank me later. Thank you to Fanatics Collect. That's the vault that I use. That's the marketplace that I most often buy and sell my sports cards on, specifically MJ stuff. It's a hotbed of MJ cards right now. And if you are buying or selling on the Fanatics Collect marketplace, please consider using the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, all capital letters, when you submit your cards to sell on the Fanatics Collect marketplace. If you want to know more about that, feel free to message me. I'm easy to find on Instagram. I'm Cajun_Cardboard. And then you can also buy on the Fanatics Collect marketplace. They have a Buy It Now marketplace on there where you can just go pick and choose cards like a buffet. And then they also have, of course, their weekly auctions and then their big dog premier auctions as well. And that is an affiliate link that is located in my YouTube description, that if you use that link, it'll also support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel. And then lastly, thank you to Trading Card Database. That's the place that I go to get all the information about the background, the insert sets, the pack odds, the pictures, all that kind of stuff. Trading Card Database is an absolutely vital resource in the hobby if you're serious about collecting cards of any type, not just basketball cards and not just 90s basketball cards, any cards. Trading Card Database, tcdb.com is a great place to go. It's a treasure trove of information. Thank you guys as always for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying these Explore the Card episodes. I've got more phenomenal content coming in the near future. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please do me a favor, share my content with friends of yours. If you think they'd be interested, just copy and paste the link or hit the share button and then text it over to your buddies. I would love more viewers. I'd love more subscribers, and I'd love more engagement in the comments. So let me know what you think about today's card, the 1998 Ultra exclamation points. Thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. Peace.